Kent Jensen with Kent Coach. As November has come upon us, the weather is changing, it's getting darker and drearier. People are finding themselves encountering less pleasant moods of well-being and allowing outside things to kind of pile on. So I wanted to go over psychologist Carol Ryff's 6 arms of basic human psychological well-being. If you want to look up who Carol Ryff is, she's a psychologist at the University of Wisconsin. Now, she's outlined certain things that are important to create balance, which then in turn helps us with our psychological well-being, helps us overcome obstacles, helps us overcome bad weather, things of that nature, environmental cues. So the first thing that is important for us as individuals as far as our well-being is concerned is we have to have purpose, right? We need to have a defined purpose that is different from waking up, going to work, and paying bills, right? This purpose has to be deeper than what society tells us our purpose should be, and it has to be done through a lot of self-reflection, right? So in order for us to develop purpose, which is the first thing, we need the second thing, which is self-acceptance. We need to be able to look at our strengths and look at our weaknesses and accept ourselves for who we are. What that is it isn't me saying that I'm happy with the negative things that I have about my personality. It just means in the scheme of things, if we're talking about resonance, dissonance, and irrelevance, as far as 3 basic emotional reactions, irrelevance towards the things that are negative. And it doesn't mean that it doesn't matter. It just means it's not impacting me in a negative way, and it's not something that I feel happy about. However, it is something I accept and I am actively working towards growing. And that brings to the next level of psychological well-being, which is personal growth, right? We can't grow personally unless we accept who we are, and it doesn't turn us into a negative emotion. It doesn't create a negative emotional reaction. That way we don't change. We need positive emotional reactions with regards to creating changes in habituation, and that only comes through acceptance, irrelevance, which is acceptance, which leads to personal growth. Growth cannot occur and our purpose cannot be if we do not have autonomy or independence of thought that's free from societal interjects. If we understand who we are, if we understand and we have ownership in our decisions and we take accountability of our decisions, then we'll feel autonomous. And this is a psychological need. Now, the next level is mastery of environment. In other words, we need to be disciplined. We need to be able to create a strategy and be disciplined enough to follow the strategy, right? Now, discipline isn't something that happens just like that, where you're just extremely disciplined. It's something like anything else you have to work on a little bit every day. And when you mess up, you can't get mad at yourself. You just have to start over and be disciplined, right? Basically, you're focusing your energy and your patience towards an objective, right? Now, the ultimate objective is to be able to see reality objectively and understand, things for what they are, right? Now, these things all pertain to ourselves. The last part of 6 arms of emotional well-being deals with our social relationships, or in other words, the people we surround ourselves with. Now, a lot of people, we want to be liked so much that we allow who we feel, we want to like us to be in our lives. And sometimes this can cause a lot of strife, because not everyone has your best interest in mind. And I know a lot of people that are givers naturally, and these givers tend to attract people who are takers, right? Now, relationships, like anything, if we're to have great psychological well-being with the relationship, we need to make sure there's proper boundaries in place. And we need to make sure that our discipline is directed towards those boundaries. And when somebody trespasses a boundary, we need to communicate that and let them know what happened. And if they continue to trespass those boundaries, we need to have the courage to be able to cut them out of our lives. Now, these things are very helpful. They're not a one size fit all, like I'm going to do everything and I'm not going to be depressed anymore. Ultimately, balance, emotional balance, self-awareness, those type of things are very essential towards avoiding the pitfalls of negative emotions like depression, anger, anxiety, those type of things. But being able to look at your life and categorize what you do with these things, purpose, self-acceptance, personal growth, autonomy, mastery, and relationships, right? If you're able to do those and adapt it to your life, then you're going to have a lot better results. And when you feel a depressive state coming on, you're able to head it off, cut it off, cut it down and continue being flourishing mentally and feeling great and understanding, emotional cycles and understanding how to overcome them. So, like I said, it's that time of year. Mental health is on everyone's mind. And I wanted to make sure everyone feels supported. If they don't, reach out, DM me, comment, all of that. Email me, KJ@KentCoach, whatever you want. Let's get together. I can be someone who you can take your negative emotional energy and you can throw it on me, because I know how to process those emotions and it's not going to be stuck with me. And I'm going to leave you with a positive emotion. That's how I interact with individuals. Make sure I listen and acknowledge what's really going on. And from there, give them a positive piece of emotion. So remember, everyone, spread love, inspire hope, and learn compassion, right? Compassion for yourself so that you can have compassion for others. Thank you so much, and you have a wonderful day.